This is a can crusher that I bought about 3 years ago for about £5 off of eBay, and it's brilliant. You stick your can in it, you pull it down, you crush it to a 20th of its size, and it saves space, and most importantly you've got no idea how many tins you drank because all you've got is the little remnants left. So it's great, but it's knackered. It's made out of flimsy steel, so the smart thing to do would be to spend £5 and buy another one. That's the smart thing to do, so that's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do instead is make new arms out of 3mm steel with my shiny plasma cutter and make an industrial strength version. Awesome. Okay, first step, drill out the rivets. Okay, step one wasn't to drill out the rivets, step one was to make the rivets go round and round and round. Step two, grind out rivets. This is the handle that you pull down to operate the can crusher. So it was riveted onto the original machine, so at this point I didn't really know what I was going to do to attach it to the new arms. Okay, so these are the bent bits. So the next stage is to get them traced round the thicker steel and get cutting. I started out with 11 amps, but that really wasn't enough to cut all the way through on the 3mm steel, so I went back and changed it up to 20 amps. This is where I realised that it wasn't cutting all the way through, so I went back and upped it to 20 amps. More important, it was round about now that I realised that I wasn't going to be able to cut this freehand. It was far too stop and start, touch and go, so I ended up putting the original part back down and then using that as the template and cutting around that. Surprisingly, it didn't actually do the original part all that much harm. I wasn't particularly bothered because they were going in the bucket anyway, but this was definitely a better technique. I took the clamp and the template off here so I could do the final cuts. Well, the rough shape is pretty much there. Now that was the first one. It seems to have a lot of nice straight edges. Now actually the second one doesn't look as bad as I thought. The straight edge is fine. It all went horribly wrong there. I'm not sure what was going on there. Technique, I suspect. Right, some grinding. Okay, it's hardly a piece of precision engineering, but I'm going to want it to pull nice and evenly, so I'm going to clamp these together and then drill through the original one, and that'll hopefully mean that I get the holes in the same place for the two plasma cut ones. Okay, how it goes together. That goes there. That attaches to that. Possibly like this. There we go. Yeah. So like that. So all we need now is some dirty great rivets. Huh. Okay. Well, it's in. Okay, I went through like 100, well not 100, I went through about 15 rivets trying to rivet this side here, and it just wasn't happening. So we'll just go to the old-fashioned nuts and bolts, but I'm using lock nuts so that I can have a degree of play, but the nut's not going to come off. Well, hopefully not going to come off. Right, so now we have that, look at that. Okay, so just got to figure out what to do with the handle. Where's the handle? What am I going to do with the handle? Okay, so we finished up in the garage and I was just putting the finishing touches to it. I still needed to put the handle on, trying to figure out how to attach the handle, and then I thought I'll just weld some bolts. So I welded some bolts to the ends of the handle and then put some locking nuts on them. And here's the finished thing. So there's the handle there. There's my beautifully cut plasma cut arms, and well, they're mostly straight, but most importantly it's a lot stronger than the old one. So let's see how it performs. Result.